Okay, the name of the scientist is Joseph Proust. This guy came into being and he said that we can make different type of substances if we combine different atoms in different proportions. Okay, and that proportion is always same. I know this all big words have made you confused, and let me explain you what does that mean. Let's suppose over here you know that in order to create water we need two hydrogen atoms, correct? Two hydrogen atoms like this, okay, and one oxygen atom. So one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms, when this combination, so this is oxygen, okay, so when this all combination come together and our favorite water is created like that. Okay, so if two hydrogen atoms, so if the recipe is like this, two hydrogen plus one oxygen, then always water is created. If you change the recipe, now the recipe is changed. Let's suppose if you now make two hydrogen atoms, okay, and this time you put two oxygen atoms, okay. Okay, now the recipe is changed. Even though it is hydrogen and oxygen, now the thing which will be made H2O2. So can you see? So now it was two hydrogen plus two oxygen. Now the compound is H2O2. Now this H2O2 is not water. It is an other substance. So Joseph Proust said that other substances were made from different proportions of elements. So proportions means that different amount of elements, okay. If you change the quantity of same elements, as you could see, hydrogen is here, but what did you do in both of them? You change the quantity. Over here there are two hydrogens, over here two hydrogens too. Okay, in the oxygen part, over here oxygen is one, over here you change the quantity of oxygen. Once you change the quantity of the same atoms, hydrogen and oxygen, you just change the quantity, different substances are formed. This is called water. Okay, this H2O2 is a hydrogen peroxide. It is totally different substance. Okay, so can you see, even though the atoms are same, both of them, hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen, but the quantities are different. And just a minor quantity in our eyes, it's minor, just one oxygen is added. What happened? But there's a big difference. The compounds which we are getting, they are different. Okay, so this was his first statement. So let me just write his first statement so we could go through the second one. So the first statement, he said that substances, okay, we can make substances, okay, or compounds, whatever word you want to use, or compounds or new substances, whatever substances were made, okay, were made from different proportions. Over here proportion mean different quantities of same element, okay, from different proportions of atom, different proportions of element. Okay, element and atom, it's just like singular and plural. Okay, if I say hydrogen atom, so this means I'm just talking about one atom. Hydrogen element, there are a lot of hydrogen atoms there. Okay, proportions of element. Okay, so different proportions of element, this was it. But the thing is, he said that, okay, different proportions of element, if you combine them, you will make different substances. So over here we changed the proportion. Now we took two oxygens, over here I took one oxygen. Different proportions make different compounds, different substances. But the second statement, he said that, but in order to create, okay, but these proportions remains the same. What does that mean? This means that in order to create water, the recipe always will be two hydrogens, one oxygen. Okay, the proportion will never change. If you are going to make water, the recipe will remain same. Okay, no matter what, no matter how large or how small amount of hydrogen you provide them. Okay, if a water is being created, no matter how many hydrogens are here, no matter how many hydrogens are there, the water will be created if two hydrogen atoms, they're going to come together and combine with oxygen. Okay, so substances or compounds were made from different proportions of element. Okay, different proportions of element, but these proportions are always same. Okay, so the second statement is that proportions of compound, the proportions, okay, the proportions of compound is always same. Proportion of compounds are always same, or is always same, no matter how large or how small quantity of element you provide them. Make sense? Okay, I hope it makes sense. Okay, quickly write it down quickly.